Well, in the spirit of looking at a year-long championship reign, I have to say that the first one I ever had, first one that lasted over a year, was the 3XW Tag Team Championship reign of the North Star Express. Now, I think what happened is we just struck when the iron was hot. And I mean, it wasn't that there was a lack of tag teams. It definitely had nothing to do with that. We had competition. We had storylines going on. The only thing that ended this storyline, or ended ended the streak here, was my knee injury. My first major injury in wrestling is what ended it. But we had these championships, I believe it was for 20 months is how long we ended up having it. And we did this whole thing where we came out originally and we had these fake replica championships, and they had this fancy name, and it's been a while, and I'm going to try and see if I can do it. Maybe there's some 3XW fans that are watching it and have a better memory than I do, but I believe it was the Intergalactic Presidential Transcontinental Atlantic to Pacific Extreme Tag Team Champions of the entire universe. And we got that title because we went and kicked Uranus. We beat Pluto out of the solar system. We went to all these different galaxies and we won championships. And that was our shtick. And then it caught on. In the first moment that we were able to get the tag team championships, we ended up pulling off the victory. And so the North Star Express, that was a big win for us. We ended up getting those, and then we constantly elaborated on it. We were kind of like that team that you see on weekly TV where you wonder what they're going to say or what they're going to do next, what their antics were. And we had a lot of fun, and we were always coming out with creative ways. And actually, another thing too, we were really hot merchandise sellers at the time. We got suspended from the main room. Like, they kicked us out of the building, out of the room, so we set up shop in the lobby, and like the entire crowd came down to like grab stuff for us. But it wasn't until my knee injury actually that we ended up having to wrestle actually two different teams that day. We ended up losing the tag belts after a pretty long reign. And if you've watched my Patreon, I do a thing called Reigns and Rankings, and this one actually, overall, like the reign itself, it ranked very, very high as far as match quality and as far as the length of the reign and everything. We were focused primarily, and I always thank 3XW for that, giving us that chance to like have the ball and run with it, and we made a lot of things work. And it was also tricky because we were trying to balance a schedule of trying to get picked up and booked, and they always worked with us. Those Fridays in Iowa, those were fun times. So the first ever year-long reign that I had was the 3XW Tag Team Championships.